Hey there, and welcome to today's episode. And today we're talking about why I switched to high ticket affiliate offers. And here's what changed in 90 days. And by I mean, of course, Brandy Shaver and myself. We're here, both of us today. But I want to tell you what happened in the 90 days after we stopped promoting low ticket info products and switched to a premium affiliate offer. Not the version you see in the income screenshots, right? But the real version, including the weeks before anything changed. The time, like the first time I saw $1,000 commission notification, and the thing I didn't expect that turned out to matter most. So, welcome to Feminine Wealth. My name's Cari Hyam, and today I am joined by the lovely Brandy Shaver. And we are the co-founders. We've done over 25 million in online revenue between the two of us. And today we are both taking you behind the curtain of what this transition actually looked like, because I think too many people only share the after, and the before and the during are where the real story is.
Absolutely. So I have my own version of this story too, and together I think they have complete picture of what the switch looks like. Not the highlight reel, right? But the honest one. So let me be honest about something first. I knew the offer was the problem before I did anything about it. Okay. I had a feeling the ceiling for months, right? Producing content that performed, building real relationships, doing everything right by every metric I could measure. And the income just wouldn't break through a certain level. Now, I knew somewhere quiet that I had outgrown what I was promoting, but I kept finding reasons to stay, right? I had built familiarity with the product. My audience knew it. I had created so much content around it. Switching felt like dismantling something that was at least working a little bit or on some level, even if that level wasn't enough. And there was a pride piece to this too. Switching felt like admitting that I'd been doing it wrong, that I'd spent time on the wrong thing, which maybe I did, right? And I wasn't ready to face that. So I kept optimizing different hooks, different posting times, different captions, trying to squeeze more out of something that simply wasn't built to give more. What finally moved me was sitting down and doing the math properly. I calculated what I would need to earn $10,000 a month with my current offer structure. And when I saw the numbers of sales required every single month without fail, with no system running in the background, I couldn't pretend anymore. Like, honestly, like I was like, whoa, that's going to be a lot of work to get $40 sales. That's going to pay me 10 bucks each, right? The offer was actually the ceiling. And so I had to choose between the ceiling and the income that I actually wanted.
Yes. And I remember when I made the switch, like the first thing I want to tell you is that the first 2 weeks were uncomfortable. Not because it wasn't working, but because I was waiting for it to not work, right? Like I had so much conditioning around, oh, this seems too good to be true, that every positive signal felt like a setup for disappointment. Week one, I introduced the offer naturally into content I was already creating on social media. I didn't announce a pivot, right? Like I just shared it in the way I share anything I genuinely believe in. And through my own honest experience with it, through the problem it solves, through like what changed for me, all of a sudden a few DMs from women, they reached out, like they were curious. No commissions yet. And then in week two, I had more conversations. And women in my audience who had been following me for months were suddenly asking questions that felt different from the usual, oh, how much is it questions. They were already in, they wanted specific. And the quality of the DMs shifted noticeably. And then all of a sudden, Brandy and I were drowning in like 50 DMs a day, not knowing what to do. I'll never forget, it was week 3 or week 4, I had my very first $1,000 commission come through. It was a single sale, and I genuinely sat, like, with my phone for a full minute because, like, I wasn't sure if I was reading the notification correctly. Not because $1,000 is unfathomable, but because I had been grinding for $30, $50 commissions for so long that seeing one sale produce that had an almost, like, surreal quality, and I called Brandy. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just got my first sale," and you had already had birds at this point. Oh, totally worked. But then, the next few weeks, the income for the month was already higher than any full month with my previous offer. Like, same posting frequency, same audience, different offer. But and by day 90, I wasn't just earning more, I was showing up completely different. I had a confidence in what I was promoting that I hadn't felt at all in any of my previous offers. my content felt alive. And my audience could feel that shift before I ever mentioned a number.
Well, and I think too, the energy that comes with that, right? Like when you go from making $10 off a $40 offer to making 1,200 off a premium offer, like you're like, "Ugh," like, holy, like I don't have to work as hard to make the kind of money that I want to make. So looking back on everything I know, here is what I would change about how I made the transition. Number one, I would commit more fully and more quickly. Okay. I spent the first few weeks hedge posting, still promoting the old offer alongside the new one because I was scared, to be honest, right? To fully let it go. In retrospect, that diluted everything, the energy, the messaging, the income. When you are promoting two offers simultaneously, you are not fully present for either. So pick the premium offer and commit to it. I would trust the infrastructure sooner as well. One of the biggest revelations of the first few weeks was realizing how much of the conversion process was handled by a back end system. The follow up, the sales sequence, the objection handling, none of that was on me. I spent weeks worrying about how I would close sales that the system was already closing without me. That worry was wasted energy, and I would stop treating the quiet days as evidence that it wasn't working. In the low ticket model, you see small commissions almost daily. It creates a constant drip that feels like momentum, even when the numbers are small. With a premium offer, the gaps between sales are longer, but the sales are real. And the amount of money that comes in, right, is a bigger deal. So learning to trust the model during the quiet days was the most important psychological shift that I could have in my brain. The switch is simpler than the fear of it suggests, and the fear almost always is bigger than what is actually happening.
Yeah. That reminds me, Brandy, of that post, the ad that you had running that you're like, oh, it's not really doing anything. And you're like, no, mentors were like, keep it on, right? And then all of a sudden you got like $3,000 commissions in a day.
Yeah.
So it was like you went like a long period of time of not having any, and then it was just boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
and that actual post, that content, it actually made me $158,000, like when it
Yeah.
was all said and done in the first like 3-4 months that it was up. Right.
Mhm.
Because content shifts and all those things. But I went back because I actually was like highlighted from the affiliate company for I was doing that. Right. And I had to go back and like assess what actually happened and all the things. So that's what we ended up making. It was like $157,000 from that one piece of content.
But that's
it wasn't
only
there.
possible with a premium offer. Like if had you not had a premium offer, you might have made
I wouldn't even make that in a whole year,
yeah.
with a low ticket offer. There's no way.
Yeah, so I want to talk about the thing that surprised us most because I think sometimes we talk about premium offers in purely financial terms and we miss the shift that actually matters most. So, the thing neither of us expected was how much lighter the work would feel. Like we had been carrying something we hadn't fully named. It was like a quiet, low level anxiety that lived in the background of everything we did, like the uncertainty of whether this month would be enough, the
Mhm.
mild dread of checking your commissions report. Like, oh my goodness, with those low ticket commissions, I didn't even open my
Yeah, why would you, right? You're like,
Right.
"Oh, 10 $10 for today. Okay, well, hopefully it adds up at the end of the month and I hopefully make 3 grand," right?
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, the tension of promoting something we weren't completely sure would deliver for our buyers, like, we had become so used to carrying that weight that we stopped noticing it. But when we shifted to the premium offer, the offer was right. When we were promoting something with real results, real infrastructure, and commissions that reflected our effort, that weight lifted. And the absence of it was the most noticeable thing of all. Like, we showed up differently. We created from a place of like genuine excitement rather than obligation. And our
Yeah,
content,
because it was real. It was genuine excitement. Like when you see a $1,200 commission come through instead of a $10 one, you're like, "Holy crap!" Right? Like
yeah.
it's lighter. It feels
It,
more fun. Like,
and I almost want to say like it shifts your identity. Like
Mhm.
all of a sudden you're like, I'm a premium person delivering a premium value. And because the identity shift alone makes that weight go away. And that is the thing that screenshots don't show.
Mhm.
Like the feeling of alignment of your business finally matching who you actually are and what you actually believe in, that is worth far more than any single commission notification I'd ever got.
Yeah, and it's so fun. That's what
Mhm.
makes it better because it's so much more fun.
Because
So
you're actually making money. Making money is fun.
when you're like, "Oh, it's a $10 commission, that's gonna pay for my coffee. But when you get a $1,200 commission, you're like, holy crap, I can almost pay my house payment with that, right? Yeah. So let me give you a realistic picture of what 90 days with the right premium offer could look like for someone at your level. In the first 30 days, you introduce the offer naturally into content you already create. The conversations in your DMs shift in quality. The women reaching out feel more ready, more intentional. Income may not dramatically change yet, but you will notice the difference in how the conversations feel. In days 30 to 60, your first premium commission is going to arrive, each one landing differently than a low ticket sale ever did. Okay. Now the math starts to click in a way that motivates rather than exhausts, like we were talking earlier, right? Like you get that, gives you that boost. You're like, I'm closer to my Disneyland trip, right? Or whatever. You stop doing the depressing calculations. Right. In 90, the income for the quarter will very likely exceed what you produced in longer periods with your previous offer. Not because you worked harder, because the lever changed. You don't need 90 days of hustle. You need 90 days of aligned, intentional effort behind the right offer. That is available to you right now.
Yeah. So if this episode resonated with you, I want you to sit with one question. What would your income look like if every sale you made this month paid $1,000 instead of 30? Like, how many sales would you need
Mhm.
to hit your goal? And how different would your month feel? Because that's not a fantasy. That's the model. And it starts with the affiliate success playbook at femininewealth.com/playbook. We recommend you download it, walk through the framework, and take that first step toward a business that actually pays you for what you've built.
You've done the hard work. You have built the audience. You've earned the trust. It's time the income reflected all of that. And it's your turn, right? So let us know if you got value from today's episode, and we'll see you on next time.